Saludos a todos mi gente y bienvenidos a un nuevo video. En esta ocasión seguimos con otra aventura desde la increíble ciudad de San Agustín, en la Florida, en Estados Unidos. Y esta es una de las cosas que más les recomiendo hacer si visitan esta ciudad, la más antigua de Estados Unidos. Se trata de un recorrido en un trencito, algo muy común en esta ciudad, llamado Ghost en Gravestones o Fantasmas y Lápidas. Es algo súper intenso que impresiona hasta el más valiente, pero a la vez súper divertido. Comencemos, amigos míos, con esta aventura. Para dar este recorrido no tienen que preocuparse por el parqueo, ya que es gratis. Pueden estacionar en el parqueo del Old Town Trolley Welcome Center. Se recomienda no dar este recorrido a niños menores de 13 años debido a los ruidos fuertes que se dan durante el recorrido. Y no se permiten niños menores de 4 años. Solamente no se da este recorrido los días 24 y 25 de diciembre. Bueno, ya estamos montados en la guaguita. Vamos a ver si es verdad que da miedo este tour o no. Todos los días, entre 7 y 10 de la noche, salen trencitos en varias ocasiones durante la noche.
Hi everybody else. Welcome aboard the Ghost Gravestones. I'm Pretty Boy Dave. I'm going to be your driver tonight. Yay! We're going to ride around St. Augustine tonight, hear some ghost stories, see some cemeteries. We're going to go in to some haunted buildings. Good creepy fun. Now this is not a ghost hunting tour, but it is a ghost story tour. 17? Yeah. We're going to tell you a lot of good ghost stories in this tour. We're even going to tell you how to take some of those home with you if you like them. Stories, I mean, not the ghost. Having said that, you got your camera with you, a cell phone, anything like that, take it out, use it, take a lot of pictures.
Durante todo el recorrido, lo mismo a bordo del trencito, que en cada parada que se hace nos van contando historias de fantasmas, lugares embrujados, así como hoteles encantados. El recorrido dura 1 hora y media. Bueno, amigos míos, comimos ya. Miren qué bonito está todo, la temática del restaurante. Es un restaurante de comida rápida solo de pollo, pero me he comido la hamburguesa más rica de mi vida, yo creo, de pollo. El día ha sido larguísimo. El día de ayer fueron 14 horas, desde las 8 de la mañana hasta casi las 9 de la noche. Llegamos al hotel como a las 10 de la noche. El día de hoy nos levantamos un poco más tarde, salimos del hotel como a las 10 de la mañana, porque tuvimos que antes desayunar y también descansamos un poco porque el ajetreo tiene espacio. Más o menos caminando es como 15 minutos lo que tenemos que ir al lugar donde nos va a recoger el tour, que es el último tour ya. Hoy vamos a grabar un poco más tarde porque el tour creo que dura alrededor de 1 hora y media y empieza a las 7 y media de la noche. Tenemos que estar ya en el lugar para cogerlo. Todos los tours son en inglés, así que si vienen aquí y no se conocen inglés, de todas maneras se van a entretener mucho porque hay muchas cosas bonitas, pero es bueno que sepan algo de inglés para poder conocer. De todas maneras yo voy a tratar de traducirle lo mismo ahora que cuando edite los videos, así que nos vamos para allá. Ahora, como ven, vamos casi corriendo, aunque estamos bastante cerquita del lugar, pero estamos apurando porque si no nos llegamos a las 7 de la noche perdemos el tour. Aunque sale a las 7 y media, parece que desde que llegue ese transporte a la estación a que se monten todas las personas a que sale el tour, así que tenemos que llegar lo antes posible.
Elizabeth, who died of yellow fever. Many believe her to be a real person, but when they look more closely, she either disappears into the misty shadow of herself, becoming transparent or unreal. If you're ever standing between those city gates and you feel a heaviness in the air.
Durante el recorrido se hacen varias paradas donde tenemos que bajar del trencito. La primera parada la hicimos en las afueras del Museo de Cera Potters. Este fue el primer museo de cera en Estados Unidos y ya lo había visitado durante el día. Les dejo en una tarjeta ese video para si lo quieren ver. El guía nos guió hasta la parte de atrás del Museo de Cera donde se encuentra un cementerio y ahí nos contó historias espeluznantes que ocurrieron en esta ciudad. Luego entramos al Museo de Cera y lo primero que hicimos es estar en la antigua farmacia. Bueno, ojalá que el tiempo no nos dañe el tour, empezó a llover ya.
The Spies brothers opened the drugstore in 1886. This was time when medicine and technology was emerging from its primitive origins. The bottles you see on the shelves were mainly concoction of water, alcohol, and opium.
Luego pasamos a la Cámara de los Horrores del museo, donde entre otras cosas la guía nos contó sobre la ejecución del pirata Andrew Jackson.
Around the road, pocketful of ashes, we are I have a story about a pirate. How many of you like pirate stories? Now, did you know that an actual pirate execution took place right here in St. Augustine in 1684? The English would embarrass the Spaniards, taking their treasure at will, like taking candy from a baby. Does anyone know what a garrote is? This is a garrote. Far more horrible than a regular hanging. It was designed for extreme suffering. Now, can I get a male volunteer, adult, that I can demonstrate the garrote? Now, don't, oh, you're too young. Okay, come on. All the way up, back against the wall. Against the spruce, I'm sorry. What is your name?
Garrett.
Garrett? All right, Garrett, thank you for putting your neck out there. The event took place in the town square. The governor, the clergy, and all the townspeople gathered to hear the executioner announce the names and crimes of the guilty.
So, what was your name again?
It'll be twisted, pull tighter around your neck until you are dead. Suffocation, bleeding, or decapitation in the public square. And afterwards, there shall be tea and cookies.
Yes, now the governor, he was the happiest to see Andrew Ransom put to death. They began to make bets on how many turns of the baton it would take before Andrew Ransom went.
He appeared to be grappling with something in his hand. Could those be rosary beads? And what was an English pirate doing with Catholic rosary beads?
Right.
The third turn of the rope, he showed difficulty breathing. Bad. The fourth turn of the rope tore into his skin. With the fifth turn of the rope, his face turned purple and blood trickled down his neck. With the sixth turn of the rope, the rope broke in two. It miraculously snapped from around his neck. And Andrew took a deep breath of air. Andrew took a deeper breath of air. As if time stood still, the crowd gasped.
Siguiendo con el recorrido, subimos de nuevo el trencito. Durante todo ese recorrido a nuestro próximo destino, que era la vieja cárcel de San Agustín, nos contaron varias historias verídicas sobre la ciudad de San Agustín. Eso estuvo bueno, vamos a ver qué nos espera. Pero miren cómo está el tiempo.
Sí.
Empezó a llover.
Happy birthday to you from the Ghost and Greystone crew. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday, Angus.
Bueno, este tour nos trajo de nuevo a la cárcel. Vamos a ver qué nos espera aquí. Esta ciudad está incluida en los registros de lugares embrujados en la Florida. Durante hora y media son muchas las historias de personas desaparecidas, relatos reales que se han ido recopilando con el pasar de los años. También aquí les dejo una tarjeta para que si quieren vean mi video de mi visita a esta vieja cárcel de San Agustín, realmente espectacular.
We're going to be going through the kitchen here. To last 3 windows, maximum security, that's death row. Up here, upstairs was the main population of prisoners, and that's where all the prisoners were held. On this side, over here is where Sheriff Perry and his family lived. He had a wife and some children, they lived above this side. And down here in the last windows, that's the office where Sheriff Perry would take care of his jail business. Now, guys, I know this right here, statue is a statue of Sheriff Perry. I know he's sitting there, but he was 6'3" and wore 300 pounds. Okay, now, before we go in, right here is where, remember I told you they have a few greens, come on, look closer. A few greens, this is where they would grow those veggies right here to make sure that they get some kind of greens. They didn't have them all the time, but when they did have them, this was the little garden area here. Now, this jail was last used in 1953. That's not that far past. And some of the material at this jail was also used at Alcatraz. So they wanted to make sure that the prisoners at this jail did not escape. Has anyone escaped from Alcatraz? All the way into maximum security. You did the crime, you got to do the time. All the way in for me, please. Maximum security. You did the crime, you got to do the time. Yeah, all the way in. Maximum security. You did the crime, you got to do the time. All the way in.
Now we can be alone. My. Well, slap me twice upside down and give me to my mama. Howdy, y'all. My name is Charlie. I said my name is Charlie. I don't know why y'all come in here unless somebody dragged you. I mean, especially on a night like this. But now that guy done brought y'all in here, I'm thinking I might just want to get my revenge.
What's that, Charlie?
Nah, you know what, I'm just kidding y'all. See, every time one of them motor-mouth Peter Pan talking history folk come in here, they skip the finer parts. So tonight, on behalf of me and my boon companions, I'm going to tell y'all about all 8 of our hangings, so y'all get to know us personally. We're going to start with that little madman right up there. I seen y'all notice a big Kodiak picture on the wall. That there's Sim Jackson himself just before he swung. He's the little man with the flowers in the middle. The big man with the hat there, that's old Sheriff Joseph Perry. He's another madman. Boy, was he angry when somebody took that picture. And most folks don't think Sim deserved the picture or the flowers after what he done to his wife. You see, the two of them had some argument. It turned into a nasty fight, and nobody knew who swung first. But we all know Sim swung last. Oh yeah, he shut her up real quick. In there, we're going to gather around that table. Do not go into the side cells, please. On those steps. Watch those steps, young lady. You step down. Good girl. All right.
This will be just
Yeah, you just begin your picnic. Okay, folks, I need you to go all the way down both sides of the table so I can get everybody in there. There they is, just like I told you. Though Stephen Johnson knowed he was guilty and that the town was justified in doing what they done to him. That's why he didn't say nothing at his hanging. But them two fellas that swung with him that day, they had a lot to say. Their names was Eugene Baxter and Tom White. That's right. Triple hanging, May 31st, 1912. It was the last hangings this town ever saw. I reckon after watching 3 bodies fall together at the same time, this town lost its stomach for hangings. But them two fellas brutally attacked a local Jacksonville store owner named Isaac Silverstein and his entire family and left their bruised and broken bodies dead. So them two fellas and Stephen Johnson, all 3 of them, got exactly what they deserved. Although it was a little sad when they was leading them out, old Tom White was walking behind Eugene and he's blubbering and whining and he said, if I had been friends with Eugene, none of this would ever happen to me. It's sad today, huh? Now I want to tell you about a man you'd be glad you never met in the middle of the night. His name is George Hawkins. Hawkins was a man who loved to live in the shadows and duck in and out of the light. He had a dark mind. And one night, George Hawkins met the perfect prey. He was waiting for just the right moment to strike.
Okay. He might come out there.
Then he jumped out. And he cut that peddler from navel to neck. But he weren't done yet. He reached in and he pulled that man's insides out. And then he used the man's own wagon to cart them remains out to the middle of the woods. And he thought he got away with it, he did, but he didn't take into account that horse would get hungry and it wandered into town with that buggy and all that blood and left a gruesome trail right back out to where that man had been robbed and gutted. That's a cruel way to die. I mean, even for a peddler. Now, day and night, you could hear the men screaming at the sheriff in here, "Please, sheriff, you gotta let me out, I didn't get justice. Please, sheriff, you gotta let me out, I gotta go see my family, they need me." Now, sheriff, you told me I was only gonna be in here for a day. It's been a week and these boys are starting to call me cutie. Now, not everybody deserved what they got. Like Robert Lee. Robert Lee was an innocent man. But his best buddy, James Kirby, decided to rob and murder a man who was just carrying some money to pay his workers. And then Kirby told the sheriff, old Joseph Perry, that he and Robert Lee killed that man that night. You know why he did it? Because he was a coward and he didn't want to hang alone. How's that for a friend? Now he changed his mind a little bit before the hanging. He went to the sheriff, tried to tell him Robert Lee was innocent. He said, "Sheriff, he didn't do nothing. I made the whole thing up." Yeah, and I should know because they was used for me. Now, I ain't like the rest of them fellas I told you about. I ain't like none of them at all. Well, I killed a man, I did, but it was justifiable defense. That man was saying unsavory things about my wife. And I love my wife. Somebody had to shut that man up. I wish y'all could have been there that day, seen the look on his face after all that stuff he'd been saying. A man like that didn't deserve to live.
Amigos míos, realmente este tour es impresionante. La hora y media que uno está lo mismo a bordo del trencito que en los lugares a los que entramos fue algo fascinante. Y más que todo se hace entre la tarde y noche, aunque si llegas un poco más tarde puedes coger el tour solamente de noche. En el caso mío el tour empezó a las 7 de la noche y cogí parte de día, parte de noche. Las entradas cuestan por adulto $30 con 15 centavos y por niño $15 con 59, pero si la compran en línea en internet tienen un buen descuento. Bueno amigos míos, así es como vamos a terminar con este video. Espero que les haya gustado tanto como a mí este recorrido a bordo de este trencito y a los lugares que entramos, como el Museo de CERA y la vieja cárcel de San Agustín. No se olviden, si les gustó el video, de suscribirse al canal, de compartir este video, de regalarme un like, de activar la campanita de notificaciones para que YouTube les informe al momento de yo subir un nuevo video, y nos vemos en unos días con un video nuevo.